Now, Manny has a lot of experience, at the highest level and competing at the highest level, and that makes this more. That makes this that much more interesting. But like I said before, there's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he can tell you that himself.
He's older than me. I'm still young, so and I'm always active with this sport. So what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind because to get a different weight division is not that easy. I'm just saying this to repeat, you might forget that accomplishment. So to be the greatest boxer in the world is to know how to of course be compassionate and to show the people that you're really a fighter.
Well, I don't. Everybody, we all live our lives the way we want to live our lives. Everyone in this room have family, have friends. But when it comes to this, when it comes to boxing and competing and being the best, I'm not here to talk about what you did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about what nobody else did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about your personal life.
After their first encounter, which cost an incredible $600 million, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao's highly anticipated rematch is gaining steam.
You know what's going on inside that square circle? I'm the best. No matter how you rate it, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you slice it, no matter if you go to 100 years back, 300 years back, all the way to now, there's only one best, and that's Floyd.
Pacquiao claims that the moment is ripe for a rematch with Floyd Mayweather, citing the fact that Mayweather is getting ready to come out of retirement while he is in excellent shape.
Is now, 11 years after the first fight, why is now the right time for this rematch?
It just happened that I'm still active in boxing, and he come out from retirement, so and he decided to do it again. So this is it. Like I'm so excited for.
The highly anticipated bout between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao on September 19, 2026, has been formally announced by Netflix. The boxing community has been excited by the announcement, and fans are eagerly looking forward to an unprecedented performance.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao will rematch coming up this year, September 19th in Las Vegas at the Sphere. 11 years after their first fight in May of 2015, that still holds the record for the biggest pay-per-view of all time in the world of boxing and the biggest gate ever for a boxing event. But the platform is not Showtime Boxing, not Paramount Plus, not DAZN. The platform will be.
Additionally, their initial meeting in 2015 was historic. Considered by many to be the biggest battle in boxing history, it broke revenue and pay-per-view records and garnered enormous international attention when Floyd Mayweather defeated. By establishing a cultural sporting event in Las Vegas, Manny Pacquiao transcended the boxing community and entered the mainstream entertainment industry.
Comes 11 years after their first fight in 2015, which, like I mentioned, is still the biggest pay-per-view to date in the world of boxing. The most pay-per-view buys, followed by Mayweather versus McGregor, as well as the biggest gate. And honestly, that first fight, I was there in person. I lived it. I followed Manny around pretty much the whole entire camp. The buzz and the buildup for it has still been unmatched. Even that fight week, the buzz and the buildup is still unmatched. Like, the amount of press members that went to cover that fight that week, usually they set up a press room, and that press room was freaking packed the first day we got there, which was on a Tuesday. Still, I've been to hundreds and hundreds of fights, the biggest fights, and I've been doing this for a long time now. That's still the amount of attention, the amount of buzz has yet to be matched. In case you needed to be reminded, Manny and Floyd fought back in May of 2015 in what was literally, and this word gets used over and over again, fight of the century. All these other fights that have happened since this Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, and they try to label themselves fight of the century, it's all cap. It doesn't matter. This literally Mayweather and Pacquiao, the first fight, was the fight of the century. I got photos, I got videos, I got texts from people in San Diego, in other cities, waiting outside of bars. They were outside in the streets, huddled together, trying to watch the fight, not even in the bars, in the establishments. So that tells you like how big that fight was back in 20.
Pacquiao claims that his first bout with Floyd taught him a lot, and he thinks the experience will help him be more ready this time. He clarified that as he prepares for their rematch, he intends to avoid any past problems because both combatants are now more mature.
In the sphere, it's going to be a first of its kind event. The last time you and Mayweather stepped into a ring, it was 2015, over a decade ago. Is there anything you can learn from that fight heading into September's bout?
Oh yeah, I learned a lot on that fight. Way back 2015, I think we become mature right now and how to handle it, and like, you know, I hope that it will not happen again, like the way it is last 2015. You know, it's the experience is like not really 100%, but I'm hoping for this time around no more excuses, especially to my condition and also for everything. Like I'm so excited and ready to.
Pac-Man Pacquiao has freely acknowledged that he was not at full strength going into his 2015 fight with Floyd Mayweather due to a right shoulder ailment he sustained during training, which hindered his ability to deliver punches.
You mentioned not being 100% the first time around. I think it was a shoulder, right? Was it a shoulder issue that you were fighting through? Popped up during training. To the fans who are excited about this, but a little bit worried about another injury coming up, because we're all 11 years older than we were back in 2015. To them and their concerns, you say what?
Well, both of us are disciplined fighters, so him and me, we taking care of our body, and we always work out almost every day and playing basketball like that. So right now I still can fight. Like I feel like I'm still young. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing.
As he gets ready to exit his 9-year retirement and fight again this year, Floyd Mayweather has already resumed rigorous ring training, sharing a training video and working out in the gym.
Watch it. I step back like I have my distance. That's why I step. See, I have my distance. Fighters don't know their distance. You gotta know your distance.
Timothy Bradley Jr., a former world champion, commented on the impending Floyd. Mayweather claims Netflix is paying for excellent material in the rematch between him and Manny Pacquiao. Furthermore, this conflict is not only about pure competition, it's also about the money and entertainment value.
Yo, Tim that Storm Bradley, you already know the damn rest. Look, I just got notice that Manny Pacquiao Mayweather about to go back at it in September. So a lot of guys coming out of retirement getting that Netflix money. Netflix is willing to pay for content, man, especially if you're popular. You know, they did Jake Paul. Jake Paul opened his damn door. Gotta give it up for him. He opened his door. And Mike Tyson. They've done other events as well. You know, Katie Taylor and Serrano as well. However, I was thinking De La Hoya was next. De La Hoya, you coming out of retirement? Clap back Thursdays. Nah, bring your ass out of retirement, big dog, for real.
Through subscriptions, sponsorships, products, and foreign exposure, Netflix's global reach and subscription base generate enormous commercial potential in place of the conventional pay-per-view model, with the occasion being hailed as one of the year's most important athletic events.
When people say the biggest fight in boxing history, you know, if you don't adjust for inflation, et cetera, or tickets sold, et cetera, Joe Louis and Max Schmeling, the rematch, Ali and Frazier, the first fight. These were the biggest fights in boxing history. But Mayweather and Pacquiao was easily the biggest fight of its era, of the generation. And it was the highest grossing fight of all time.
By far.
Because it 4.4 million pay-per-view buys at $100 a pop. Do the math, right? It's interesting because Netflix is obviously in the business of, you said, eventizing.
Yes.
Everyone, they want enormous events that become shared experiences. In a way, in this day and age, partly because of delivery systems of content like Netflix, everything is so niche. Everything is so compartmentalized that there's very few shared experiences. It's one of the reasons that the NFL is such a big deal, because the NFL can get tens of millions of people to watch the same thing at the same.
Floyd Mayweather's comeback to the ring is seen by many fans and pundits as being more motivated by money than by athletic ambition. Some argue that he continues to fight for large payouts rather than competition because of his history of lucrative demonstration bouts and his ostentatious lifestyle.
It's a gambling problem. Of course, his situation's unstable. I mean, this is about as predictable as anything I could imagine. Steve, how old is Floyd at this point?
47, and he has not had a real fight since 2015 when he beat Berto. Then he had the foray against Conor McGregor 2017, and he's done some exhibitions. And I don't know if you know this, Jason, but he actually made an official announcement with a press release. I'm unretiring. Get this. After my exhibition with Mike Tyson in April.
I heard this, yeah.
So that's in the Congo, Rumble in the Jungle Part 2. But yeah, it's for the money. If you, just Google Floyd's name and the IRS. All the news is out there. He owes jewelers money. There's back paid rent for real estate in New York. It's clear that he is now part of the no money team, which is very ironic. And why is he doing?
A significant case concerning Mayweather's financial matters involves allegations against his former business connections and promotional partners. Mayweather has reportedly filed a lawsuit, claiming that Showtime Sports and his longtime advisor Al Hyman were complicit in a conspiracy that cost him hundreds of millions of dollars. Mayweather is suing to reclaim the money and damages.
Look at the article on Boxing Scene. Something doesn't smell right about it. A couple things that don't smell right is it's 10 years after the fact. There are an army of attorneys, lawyers, accountants making sure boxers get paid at Floyd's level. And the idea that Floyd could be in a position where he's starting to run out of money and is looking for a reason that this money isn't his anymore. Paulie, what the first thing that jumps out at you about this amount, about the timing, about everything about this lawsuit, what jumps to your mind first, Paulie, when you think about it, as a boxer on the inside?
What jumps to my mind first is probably the beginning is the 10 years later.
Yeah, same.
I'm very curious about, I don't want to say the veracity, because obviously that's the strong word to use in this situation, because this may or may not.
In the meantime, Rayleigh Romero has contributed to the Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch hype by reiterating the predictions of numerous fighters and influential people that Floyd Mayweather will defeat Manny Pacquiao once more. Romero hasn't personally faced either superstar, but his public faith in Floyd is indicative of a broader perception among boxers that Mayweather is a formidable opponent for Pacquiao because to his defensive prowess and experience, particularly at this point in both careers. Other well-known people share this opinion, such as Conor McGregor, who also chose Mayweather to win their rematch in 2026. Supporters view this as a component of the story of even though the fight is mostly motivated by entertainment and commercial appeal rather than actual competitiveness, Mayweather's tactical approach and undefeated record keep him ahead.
Huge announcement that's come today, official now. Floyd Mayweather returns to the ring against Manny Pacquiao in the rematch. What did you think about that fight?
I don't think anyone was expecting that, was they? See, like, things can happen very quickly.
Was it correct that you were in talks with Manny Pacquiao at one point? How far did they get?
I mean, you didn't see Sean Gibbons and call me out like I don't know how many times, all that stuff, right? It just, it's complicating.
Oscar De La Hoya just revealed his prediction for Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao's rematch. De La Hoya, who is confidently rooting for Mayweather to win, emphasized Floyd's unmatched defensive prowess, pointing out how his ability to dodge blows and manage the fight's tempo has made him practically untouchable throughout his career. He also highlighted Floyd's superior ability to evaluate opponents and take advantage of their flaws with time and accuracy, underscoring Mayweather's ring acumen.
One thing about Mayweather you have to understand is he's always taking care of himself. Like, you know, his body, physically, mentally. He's always been very sharp and always staying in the gym and doing something physically, right? That's the big advantage he has. I mean, he's an athlete. He's a world-class athlete. You know, watching Pacquiao's last fight, yeah, you kind of feel bad. You kind of feel bad for him, and you know, even though he did win and he did, I guess, pull off a surprise in his last fight with a draw against the world champion, but still, you tend to kind of like feel bad because it's not the same Pacquiao. You know, it's definitely not the same Pacquiao I faced. That's for sure. The one that you know, put me on my stool in the 9th round.
De La Hoya stated that Mayweather's vast experience at the top boxing levels was a significant aspect in addition to his abilities. He has dealt with the worst and always adjusts perfectly. De La Hoya claims that Floyd is the overwhelming favorite to win again due to his combination of defense, strategy, and veteran savvy, even if Pacquiao is still a great boxer with amazing speed and power.
If they make it a real fight with the real rules, then yeah, it's an okay night for boxing.
Who would you back? Who do you think would win it? If it's a real fight, because that's what Pacquiao wants, it seems.
Yeah, I think Mayweather will. I think Mayweather will.
Regarding the biggest stories in boxing, David Benavidez has always been brutally honest. And if questioned about Pacquiao's comeback to the ring and the rumors of a potential Mayweather rematch, he would probably acknowledge Pacquiao's legacy, but wonder how useful he will be now that he is past his peak. Fans adore witnessing the legendary Pacquiao compete one more. However, everyone ages, and at 47, he is no more the powerhouse he once was. In the meantime, Mayweather has a significant advantage due to his movement, ring IQ, and perfect record.
About there's reports saying that Floyd may do a professional fight.
What did you say?
There's word that potentially Floyd might come out and do a professional fight.
Oh yeah?
What's your thoughts on it as a fan?
I mean, as a fan, I feel like I see what they're doing. They see like the influencers just turned it into like, I'm not gonna say a whole circus show, but I feel like they see if these people can come in here and make all this money, then why can't the legends of boxing do that? I feel like they're all the legends of boxing looking at it like that. And I don't have a problem with them coming back and fighting, but I mean, it's not as exciting as it once was, you know what I mean? I mean, Floyd Mayweather, but who is he gonna fight? I mean, unless he fights Pacquiao again, I would love to see that.
How do you think a Pacquiao-Floyd rematch would go?
I don't know, but I would love to see it. I mean, if Floyd Mayweather is still who he is, I think Floyd Mayweather will win. But I don't know, we have to see. You know, they're both older guys. I think Floyd is 50. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to disrespect in any type of way, but he's a 50-year-old man. You know what I mean? Pacquiao is a 48-year-old man.
Like Benz, a lot of boxing experts contend that since Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao's first bout was a clear-cut unanimous winner, there isn't much sporting necessity for them to rematch. There was little question as to who was superior that evening because Mayweather was in complete control of the fight and received a unanimous score from all three judges. Despite its enormous financial success, critics also note that the first bout lacked the competitive drama that fans had hoped for, with Pacquiao's offense being neutralized by Mayweather's skill on defense. Despite the enormous financial incentives, many pundits believe a second meeting is not required from a purely athletic aspect because of that definitive outcome and the age of both fighters.
They're huge.
On one end, the cynical side of me goes, wait, what? Why? They fought the first time, okay? Like that chapter was closed. We got a definitive winner. It was Floyd. Floyd definitively won. The fight wasn't as competitive as we all thought it was. And that's that, right? Even though Manny did say after the fight that he suffered a shoulder injury prior to that and that he couldn't really use his shoulder too much. But, you know, it's a strange time that we're in right now in boxing with some of these fights that we're getting. The reason why I'm a little mixed is, yeah, you know, that's the cynical side of me, but the other side of me is a little bit partial to Manny in terms of what I just listed right there with the shoulder injury. You know, he went into that fight with the biggest pay-per-view of all time, biggest probably viewing audience of all time in terms of a fight. And that wasn't the best Manny.
The notion that a rematch between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao contains genuine athletic intrigue was likewise rejected by seasoned expert Simon Jordan. He maintained that Mayweather had already clearly won the first fight, as evidenced by the scorecards. Jordan pointed out that Mayweather has primarily participated in exhibitions rather than significant competition, while Pacquiao's recent performances signaled he was nearing the conclusion of his career. He believes that business, not boxing, is the main motivation behind the event. He thinks that websites like Netflix view sports as entertainment, putting money into headline attractions to draw in subscribers and create buzz. With hundreds of millions of users globally, even a slight increase in new subscriptions would be sufficient to offset the significant financial investment. Jordan said, "The fight will spark conversation and strong viewing numbers, but commercially rather than competitively, as modern promoters prioritize audience interest and spectacle over pure sporting necessity."
Floyd's unbeaten record and the professional status of the bout add any intrigue to this at all?
No. Not really, I don't think so. I mean, Manny Pacquiao's had a fight recently, hasn't he, against Mario Barris, who just lost his title to Ryan Garcia, deservedly so. And that was a draw in which most people saw Pacquiao at the end of his career, saw what was left of him, and were not too happy that he came back again. Floyd Mayweather has had a variety of different bouts. I mean, I hear that he's going to fight Mike Tyson. I don't understand what that thinking is. Or an exhibition. We've seen him fight and hold up Conor McGregor in an exhibition fight. It's Netflix building entertainment models around sport. Sport is entertainment. It crosses over. Netflix have got a proven model of success that ultimately they invest some money into these sort of things, whether it's Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson or Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. They'll look at their lifetime value of their average subscriber, not every subscriber, but their average subscriber. And then they multiply it by the amount of subscribers they think they're going to get as new ones, and they make a commercial.
Pacquiao recently commented on the rumors circulating about Floyd Mayweather's rematch with Tyson later this year and his exhibition matchup with Tyson. "Any boxer would have to respect someone like Mike in the ring," Pacquiao said, acknowledging that Tyson is an amazing puncher. However, Pacquiao seemed more certain than worried while discussing Mayweather. Pacquiao stressed that his goal is to make history by giving Mayweather his first professional defeat and that he is training for a serious bout rather than a show. Pacquiao has his sights set on Floyd and feels his own experience and commitment give him the advantage in their eagerly anticipated rubber battle, even if he respects Tyson's ability to knock someone out.
Who will win, Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather?
It depends. If Mike Tyson will train hard, then...
Do you think it will happen?
Just one punch.
We thought you were fighting Floyd. What happened with the Floyd fight? We thought you were fighting Floyd. What happened in the rematch? We thought you were having a rematch with Floyd.
Oh, just we'll see. Right now.
What are your thoughts? Is Pacquiao capable of pulling off an upset, or is Mayweather's defense too formidable? Leave a comment below with your guesses.